Right, we're live. Hello, hi. So this is Biohacking Joe Bains, and I've got here Chris Mcglade. He's the northern
monkey.
The northern monkey. All right, northern monkey. Right. So my question for you is, how have you optimized your life? What have you done to optimize your life? What could be useful to your readers, to people out there? Like little hacks you've done in your life that you use on a daily basis?
Now that's a really difficult question.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, the magnitude of that question is fucking.
I know. Yeah,
it's infinite.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, it
but also, and the only way that I feel as though I can respond, the only way I can answer, is just by saying to you that I've always, or certainly since 1996, followed my heart. Well, I say I've consciously followed my heart since 1996, right? Or probably subconsciously followed it leading up to 1996.
So my question to you is, how do you follow your heart?
Having balls. You have to have balls to follow.
There you go. That's a life hack. Because
it takes. Listen, it takes massive courage to follow your heart. And I as I say, consciously, since 1996, have followed my heart and followed its lead. And it's taken me into some situations where people have said, "You're a fucking lunatic. You know, what are you doing this for? Blah, blah, blah." But my heart has always said, do it. And do you want to know what it is? When I've followed my heart and I've done the things that it wanted me to do, I've come out the other side. And I think we said this last night, but I've come out the other side fuller, richer, wiser, more prepared for the next stage. Right? And yeah, I mean, it takes you through some hairy moments when you do it.
Yeah.
But it's all about keeping faith and belief in whatever you want to keep faith and belief in, but most of all yourself. You know.
So what was the first one that you decided I'm going to follow?
I've done all.
Oh, you've done all. Okay.
I've done loads of things. I fasted for 40 days.
Yeah, this blew me away. I mean, the longest fast I've done has been 10 days. But yeah, 40 days.
So I fasted for 40 days. My daughter was about 5 or 6 years old. I remember one tea time. I just made her a tea. Middle class people had dinner. We have our tea. Your tea at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock every tea. And we put the television on and the news came on and the Kosovo War was on. And my daughter looked at it and she said, "Turn it off, Daddy, I'm frightened." Now, I remember in my working class upbringing, whenever the kids said, "Dad, I'm frightened," or somebody's frightening me, the father always used to be out there on the street with his fucking fist ready, saying, "Who's upset you?" kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? I'll defend it. And I couldn't do that in this case because my daughter was afraid of something that she was watching on the television that she was afraid of. She didn't like all the images of the children on the television crying and all this kind of thing. And so, me being a deep thinker that I am, I thought, I'm going to champion my kid. My heart said fast.
Wow, okay.
And now I'd already been fasting once a week on a Friday for a few years before then anyway. And I actually thought, when I started fasting for 40 days, I thought, well, hang on a minute. Me fasting every Friday was more like me, like an athlete in training for it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how I actually saw it. And then, and so I started the fast for the 40 days, and I did it, yeah. And I'll tell you what it is, after I finished, like nothing seemed impossible. Nothing seemed impossible.
Yeah.
You deprive your body of food for 40 days, and basically it was like tea and water.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, at the time when your daughter saw Bosnia on TV.
Well, I think it was Kosovo.
Kosovo, yeah. So I was in the British Army. I was in the TA.
Yeah.
And they were deploying to Bosnia, and I'd signed up. to go to Bosnia as well. But as soon as I did that, my friends or my family, they were nuts. Because you're not going out there. But the backlash I had from going out there was so big, I cancelled it. I took my name off the list. But yeah, I could have ended up in Bosnia.
I'm glad you didn't.
Alright. Is it that bad?
If you hadn't been, there might be a chance that you wouldn't be interviewing me now.
Well, the thing is, I don't know. I mean, I've survived some pretty hair-raising stuff, which, I personally think I must have 9 lives. Because I've literally survived 9 lives. So I think I would have survived that. I'm maybe feeling cocky, but
you're not going there as you're surviving this, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, yeah. So the fact that I didn't go, is
you surviving.
Yes, maybe, yeah. But
maybe your name, if you'd have gone, your name would be on the fucking bullet.
It could have been. But I mean, for me, it was an adventure. I was seeing it as another adventure to go on. I actually joined the army because we used to go clubbing all the time. Right? We used to go clubbing. I was in a group of friends, there was about 10 of us, and we would go clubbing 4 or 5 times a week. We'd get home at 3, 4 in the morning, I'd sleep at work, and I was like, how do I get out of this cycle, and so I joined the army to get out of the cycle. What a stupid thing to do, right?
A lot better ways to do.
Yeah, well it worked. It worked, it got me out of the drinking thing. So what do you want to pass on to your, say, to the younger generation, to your kids, to your younger self? What life skills or epiphanies do you want to get across to, like, your daughter, for example? What do you want them to know from you that you think would be incredibly useful to them?
Once again, it's a really deep, difficult question, because there are so many things that I've already tried to pass on to my daughter.
Yeah. If you had to pick like 3 or 5 things, whatever it is.
Obviously, one would be love.
Yeah, okay. And how would you pass that on?
Well, I was never shown any affection from my father. But every day, nearly every day, all the way through my daughter's life, I've told her, I tried to show. I'm also trying to show tolerance as well with other people.
Yeah.
Especially since Dad's murder, I've tried to pass on that thing, that message of tolerance and things. Yeah. So that is a really, really difficult question, because I would like to think that I could pass on my humour. With other comedians, I'm not stingy kind of thing, Loads of young comedians have come up to me and said, "Oh, you're a fucking genius and this and that and the other." And I'll just take all that in my stride and whatever. But I really do feel like humbled when they say that. And what I do is, if these young comedians need any help or advice or anything like that, I try and pass on any advice from the 31 years that I've had in comedy. I think laughter is another thing, having a sense of humour.
Yeah.
My father passed it on to me. I passed that humour on to my daughter. That same irreverence, that also feel for people,
Empathy.
Well, it's more than that. It's just about being a fucking human being, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember being in a Waitrose, I think it was, in Bromley years ago. I used to be, when I was a big fat bastard, I used to be asthmatic. I used to suffer with asthma terrible. Since I lost all my weight and started training regularly, I lost 7.5 stone. I don't suffer as much as my chest. I don't have as many respiratory problems. But at the time, I was like overweight. I was on that inhaler, and I was in this Waitrose in Bromley, and I heard this child really, really coughing, like hacking coughing, and I couldn't stand it. So I went up and down the aisles, up and down the aisles, up and down the aisles, until I found this black lady with a child, and I said, "Is your child asthmatic by any chance?" Because I recognised the kind of cough straight away. And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Take my inhaler." Right. And it's that kind of thing. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, can't stand to see people suffering. Can't stand to see anything suffering. Animals. I'm like a proper tree hugger. Like if I see worms or snails or slugs on the floor, I'll pick them up and put them on the mud, put them on the base so people can't stand them. It's all that kind of thing. And I've tried to pass them. It's just that. You say that it's more than that. It's just that humanity I'm trying to pass on to my daughter. And I mean, I've got 5 grandchildren now, and I try and pass on as much of that. I mean, they're only, my eldest granddaughter's 5, my youngest granddaughter's twins, just over 18 months. I've got another granddaughter who's coming up 3, and I've got the grandson who's just over 3. And I in just little ways, try and make them, like, just show a little bit of caring towards other people or other things, and creatures and animals and stuff. So, I think that's important. Those things are important to pass those kind of things.
In India, we have a religion called Jainism, and they even put like a mask thing on your nose, so they don't accidentally hurt a fly if it flies into their nose. Is that the kind of thing you're talking about?
I catch flies.
Yeah.
If you get like flies in the house and they're pissing you off, and let's be honest with you, flies piss you off.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Right? I want that music kill me. Now, I sort of like bump the window and try to
push them away.
Push them out the window.
Yeah.
And I listen, this is probably coming across as being as on some type of fucking, like guru kind of thing. But it's not. It's just as I got older, I realised a lot of things, and I think life is so important. Not just human life. Every life is important.
Yeah.
Everything. I believe that everything has an order. Everything has a place in this world. They're all there for a reason, and I don't want to interfere or interrupt it.
So do you think everything, all living things, have a soul or whatever?
Oh yeah, without a doubt,
yeah. And what about tables and chairs? Do they have?
Well, I want that. This table would have been a tree, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
With roots. And
that's right. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
Everything is energy, man.
Yes. Well, that's the point of physics,
But everything is energy. I mean, I watched this program on the BBC a few years ago where they said that the trees can talk to each other through the roots.
They do. And they've actually done the experiments.
They've done the experiments, and these things these trees communicate. And people think, oh, you're fucking, but it's already fucking scientific.
There's actually a TED talk where the guy puts electrodes on all these plants.
They send each other signals. They talk to each other.
Yeah.
They know when danger's coming. They know when it's wet. They know when it's dry. And so these things, they're not as inanimate as you actually think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, originally we broke off from plants at some point. So plants went one way, and we went the other way. So our ancestors and plants' ancestors are the same at some point. I don't know how far back, but there is. So yeah, we're all from the same thing. We're all conscious in different ways, to different extents. So there's even theories that the sun is conscious as well. It's an energy.
To be honest with you, so, I mean, that kind of thing, you've got to understand that I'm from Middlesbrough. The sun being conscious, I mean, that goes way beyond fucking North Ormsby or Redcar.
Well, there's the theory that the whole universe is it's just like an illusion, that nothing exists.
You aren't here. We aren't here.
Yeah, we aren't here.
We aren't really here. We're just
when scientists look at the atom, and then they look inside the atom, and then they look inside that, they eventually come to nothing. And they go, but there's nothing there, literally. Have you heard of the information universe?
No.
Alright.
I thought that was the internet.
No, so the web, yeah. But what they found is that, like when you see an electron and they try to measure it to see whether it's a wave or a particle, and when they try to measure it, if it's a particle, it's a particle. When they try to measure it's a wave, it's a wave. And they're like, how can it be both all at the same time? And so one of the theories is that it's neither. So this thing coming across here, this photon, is just a bit of information.
Okay.
Yeah? And so it's not a wave or a particle. and then when it hits whatever it hits, and you measure it or whatever, you read that piece of information and you interpret it in whatever way you want. So it's not it's just the other one is
what a shame you're not talking to Stephen Hawking and you could understand what the fuck you were talking about.
Brian Cox.
Fuck Brian Cox. I'm a Stephen Hawking man myself.
Oh right, yeah, he's passed away. So Brian Cox is the next guy. Yeah. So what pivotal moments have you had in your life? What epiphanies have you had? Any big ones?
Yeah, I've had a massive one. I'm not prepared to say online.
That's all right. What any other ones you've had that would that could open the window for other people to hear about?
Well, you see, the big one that happened to me in Gran Canaria, like, that was the source.
Okay.
That was. You remember seeing the film with Ursula Andress, She, where it had the blue flame of eternal youth, and she has to go keep on walking to this blue flame of eternal youth. You know, 1960s film. Watch it. She, we call it.
Sheila.
She.
Okay. I will.
I think it was she. And she used to pass through this blue flame of eternal youth, and that replenished her. And if she didn't go through the blue flame of eternal youth, then she became an old woman, and she died.
Okay.
They rejuvenated her. So, and that was the source. The blue flame was the source. Well, what happened to me in Gran Canaria, right, was the epiphany to end all epiphanies, and it was me, kind of like, and from that it was like the blue flame for me. Do you know what I mean? It's the source of everything. It's been the source of everything that I've done for the last 23 years.
And when did that happen? Was
1996.
Wow, 1996. I couldn't even speak English. 1996.
Stop being racist.
No, I literally couldn't.
Joe, from not being able to speak English at all to sounding like an Oxford professor.
Yeah. I actually failed my first year in business university because my English wasn't good enough.
Well, I'd have no fucking chance in whether
No, it wasn't as good as it is now. I was in such a shock that I failed it because of my English. I just spent the next 3 years studying English like crazy.
Well, anyway, so that was the thing, and then from then I've kind of been on this from that moment in 1996 in my apartment in Gran Canaria. I've been on a spiritual journey, which has just gone on and on and on. It's shaped me, it's formed me. I realised that was the defining moment in my life.
And you mentioned yesterday you went on some spiritual retreat.
Oh yeah, I went. But once again, that was all rooted in the fact that I had this experience in Gran Canaria.
Okay.
And
how was your this Buddhist retreat that you went on?
It wasn't Buddhist. It was a retreat for sister. It was a Catholic retreat, and I'm Protestant.
Yeah.
Church of England. It was run by the Cistercian monks, and I went to stay with them for a week.
And where was this?
This is in Leicestershire, Mount St Bernard's Abbey.
Mount St Bernard's Abbey.
Mount St Bernard's Abbey in Leicestershire. Beautiful.
And how long did you spend there?
A week.
A week.
And it was great really, because I mean, you had all these people from different social backgrounds and walks of life, and they all came. And the monks used to cook the food and prepare the food and put it on the table, and then somebody would delegate, well, I'll dish out this, and they just left that. And it just encouraged you to share, to talk, to be, and then the rest of the time you just sat and talked with other people, just completely just shut off from the outside world, no mobile phones, nothing like that, you know what I mean? It was fabulous. If you should try it.
Yeah, well, I'm going on one as well. So
okay.
It's I don't know if they allow phones, but this one 21 days.
Okay.
And there will be fasting as part of it.
After six days, I was gasping for the beers.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to come back in the real world. But I mean, all joking aside, I did love it. I spent a lot of time reflecting, praying, just thinking.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind all that shit, mate. Do you know what I mean? People think people are conditioned now. our life, right? They've got to be occupied.
Yeah.
They've got to be entertained 24/7, right?
Or we're distracted 24/7.
Well, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't mind sitting in a room all day on my own, thinking, or whatever, driving around, thinking I'll go drive somewhere in the car and sit in the car and sit out looking out the window, thinking, you know, writing. Don't need. Man, it's simple to say, what a gobshite, he's always on Facebook. What a gobshite, he's always on Twitter. And unfortunately, I mean, that's the way life goes these days, isn't it? You know,
Yes.
especially in our entertainment, in our business, because the only way people really know what you're doing is if you go online.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about self-promotion these days.
Yes. It is. It's I'm as I was saying, I did Vipassana, where you sit for 12 hours and meditate for 12 hours every day in complete silence, and you're not allowed to talk for the whole 10 days. And I do it every year now. And the last one I did, or no, the one before that, I did it while fasting as well. So I think in the 10 days I had like 6 or 7 meals, and that was the most powerful one. And I think it's because I cut down so much food.
But you see, the thing is, when I fasted for those 40 days, I was still doing drinking along, I was still going to gigs.
Yeah.
I remember going all the way down to Bristol, not Bristol, Cornwall. I'm in the place now. It's a beautiful place as well. When I got there, they had the most glorious buffet.
And you had
You
to
wanted
say
some of that, my lovely? Would you like some of that? And I said, I'm sorry, I'm fasting. And it was like, at the time I was eating meat, and it was like hams and beefs and chickens and pastries and all this stuff. And I looked, but I was like 2 weeks in my fast. And I drove all the way down to Cornwall. Saltash it was, Saltash. Drove all the way down to Cornwall and drove all the way back. And I went, when I was fasting, I went to see Bruce Springsteen in Barcelona with my girlfriend at the time. That was difficult because, I mean, it took a lot of energy queuing outside the venue to get to the front. I always loved to see Bruce Springsteen at the front of the stage. So I just lived my life normally. Okay. I didn't shut myself away in some room not talking to anybody. I was out there doing it, you know.
Well, I find it hard to do it if I'm integrating.
Pussy.
Yeah, that's right. Pussy. Yeah, no, he's right.
Joe, pussy fasted.
Yeah, that's right.
He shut himself in the fucking cupboard and did it.
No, I find it really difficult if I'm around people who are eating.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just
No. I agree. I should be able to do it. With
too much temptation.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, too much temptation. I just not enough willpower. That's basically what my problem is.
Yeah,
it's being able to say no consistently. Like I can say no for the first 10 hours in the day, but then as the day wears on, it gets harder and harder.
I know that shit. I know what it's like.
What do you consider to be the qualities to become successful?
Honesty. I think so. As a comedian, my best friend never on the scene. I mean, God bless him, he's dead now. My old friend Bobby Knoxall from Sunderland, comedic genius. In the 60s and 70s, he was tipped for great fame and fortune, but he was a firebrand, and he told Bernard Delfont, who was the big impresario in show business at that time, to fuck off. At the end of the day, that was that.
Yeah.
So he didn't really aspire to what he should have, what he wanted to, and I think he knew he blew it, but he was too proud to say it. But what was you saying again now?
The qualities to becoming successful.
Yeah, but Bobby always said to me,
right,
that the most important thing, and I've said this to a few young comedians, and I've been giving them advice, as I said earlier on, the most important thing as a comedian, right? As a comedian, but I suppose you could like tag this to anything in life. The most important thing is to be honest, because people can spot a fake.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know yourself. You've been on stage. I mean, I've been on stage for 31 years. If you go on stage and you're not being honest and truthful with your audience, they'll see through you. They'll fucking devastate you.
Yeah, they will.
Absolutely. You know, you've got to go on there and you've got to believe what you're saying, and you've got to put it across that way. You've got to be honest with the audience. So I would say that the success person was going to be honest. Although I've really had no success, I'm absolutely broke. I mean, yeah, being critically acclaimed, but not really being recognised for what I do. So perhaps I'm doing the wrong things, I don't know. I think that once again, honesty, you got to follow your heart. If you want to be really successful, I think you've got to be a cunt. Don't you? I mean, only the cunts get on, don't they?
Well, you look at our MPs, you know.
Yeah, they're all cunts, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, to be and I'm not a cunt. That's probably why I don't get on.
I mean, look at the president of the United States. We've got Boris here.
Well,
We've got Nigel Farage. Look how well these people are doing.
Jeremy Corbyn, he's another cunt.
Yeah, but they're all cunts, you know. Yeah, so so.
I want to say something about Jeremy Corbyn. Right? I mean, some people look at my Facebook post, right, and think, oh, he's right winging. Well, you're fucking wrong. Because I've been a socialist, or was a socialist, all my life. When I was 16 years old, I used to be involved like the Young Socialists and all that. When I was 18 years old, I joined the Labour Party. Like good friends of Marjorie Morland, never voted anything else other than Labour. 2015, 16, when Corbyn was under attack from these fucking centrist, globalist, Blairite fucking politicians, I had his back, was defending him online all the time, going to some momentum meetings in Middlesbrough and all that, right? And then fuck me, he becomes leader of the Labour Party, and he abandons his principles for 40 years, right, and decides he's going to support Remain instead of Leave, right?
Yeah.
And for me, right, he sold millions of traditional working class Labour voters down the river. So I haven't got any time for Jeremy Corbyn. Now, I'm not bothered about him with the IRA and all that shit, because at the end of the day, right, he was trying to broker peace between the IRA and this country. Some people will say he went about it the wrong way. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, I don't know. But the thing that makes Jeremy Corbyn a cunt for me is that he's deserted his principles of 40 years and he's now, well, he's going against everything that he ever believes. And for me, our politicians are all globalist pigs. We're a corporatocracy. We're all ruled and controlled by big business, and our politicians, one and all, and Corbyn's included in that now, right? They're all slaves and puppets to global big business.
Yeah, well, we are one of the biggest tax havens in the world.
Well,
we're bigger than Switzerland as a tax haven.
England.
Yeah. That never gets reported in the papers.
But we don't know.
It's. I mean, it should be, but I used to live in Switzerland, and so, well, my ex-wife lives there now, so this is why I'm here.
Oh, okay. She put you off.
Yeah.
He was too busy. He was too busy trying to save flies.
Yeah.
His wife fucked him off. Yeah. My wife's fucked me off.
Yeah,
that's Toby's joke. God bless her.
Yeah.
Where is the fucked off?
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, look at this. See, I want to show you this thing on Joe's arm here. Can you see that? Can you see that mark on Joe's arm?
Yeah.
That's a sign of alien abduction.
You know what that is? That's Cambo.
What's that?
Cambo is frog poison.
Okay.
So there's a frog in the Amazon rainforest called Cambo, and it has no natural enemies. So it's the most laziest frog on the planet because nothing goes near it apart from humans, right? And so they can the milk that comes off it. They take that and then they dry it, and then if you burn your skin, so there's a shaman that did this to me. He burns my skin and then he puts his frog poison on, and it basically makes your body think it's going to die. So it's like, you have a vaccine.
Hold on, I just want to stop there. That's why his wife fucked him off, because he's a pervert. The man is a pervert, right? He likes to be injected with frog poison.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is this are you wearing a gimp mask when this takes place, or what?
I've had several. This is so.
I haven't got anything like that. I haven't got much of an arm, to be honest with you. There you go.
So yeah, so that's it's given by shamans, and they come and deliver it.
And I was being.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You literally for 20 minutes you think you're going to die. Your body goes to the process of dying, but then it doesn't die.
Well, to be honest with you, I wouldn't like to take that fucking risk, Joe. I'll leave you with the frog semen. With the frog milk, the poisonous frog milk.
So tell me, what are you most grateful for in life?
My grandchildren. I cry. I love those because I'm missing them loads, and my daughter wanted to bring them up. Sorry, my daughter wanted to bring my grandchildren up, and I said no, I didn't want her to do that. You know, I didn't want her to do it. My grandchildren, I've got two things. My grandchildren and that.
What's that?
My pebble. That's a pebble that I picked up off a beach in Cumbria years ago when I was doing a gig. And I've dropped that pebble, that little brown pebble, into some water at the end of my gig since 1996 for 23 years. And at the end of my act I always say, what I've just done there, I've just created ripples of laughter. Or ripples in the water, then I'll say, and I make that pebble, I create ripples of laughter. Right? And I try and explain that we all got to try and spread those ripples of laughter and of light and of love and of peace and of joy and of happiness, right?
Yeah.
And that rather than be sort of get offended by un-PC humour or whatever, right? Just laugh at other people and laugh at yourselves to bring those barriers down that exist between us all. So my grandchildren and my grandchildren and that pebble are probably the most precious things that I have, including the love of my ex-wife, because I still love my ex-wife massively.
That's my next stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going emotional there, I'm sorry, I'm a very emotional man, I'm very out of my sleeve.
Yeah. And it's okay, alright. And so what gets you up every day? What are you?
Hard on, I like to get a hard on in the morning, I wake up with a hard on.
That's it.
Any bloke who doesn't wake up with a hard on isn't a fucking bloke.
Yeah, that's it.
What gets me up in the morning? What gets me up in the morning, right, is the belief, right, that I have something to say that people want to listen to. That's what gets me up in the morning. Once again, that and the love of the people that means something to me. There was a time at the start of the year when I tried to take my own life, and when I look at it now and God was good and I didn't.
Yeah.
Right?
What got you there?
Well, just a mixture of things, really. I explain all that in my act, so I can't go into
Okay,
it. But,
that's fine.
But,
I'll go and see the. I'll go
come
and see the show. I will come and see the show. Yes, definitely. And then I will also
ask some more questions.
Yes.
Joe's very good. He should have been a copper, asking people personal questions.
Nobody answers coppers straight, truthfully.
No, I do.
Oh, you would do, yeah, because honesty.
Honesty.
Yeah.
Honesty apart from the police, though. You don't talk about the police. The police and the taxman, you don't say anything to them. Bitches.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we've done like an hour.
An hour. Yeah. Have you enjoyed it?
I have. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, as we were doing this, I'll break this into two pieces. The first one would be on your show, Forgiveness, and I'll come and see your show as well, and I'll take that on. And then the other rest of it, I'll separate into the life hacks, the podcast.
Will I get a link to this now?
Yeah. You will. Just like with what's his name, the voices guy. Oh, I forgot his name.
Danny Postal?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He's a lovely lad.
He is. Yeah, awesome. Yeah,
he's lovely. I don't remember this, but Danny does it. Danny was a glass collector in Hartlepool Catholic Club, and I went there one night and I had the place in absolute uproar. Like, they were screaming, laughing, and afterwards Danny said to me, "That was fucking fantastic, that mate." In his own voice, by the way. It wasn't known as Donald Trump or all like that, He said, "That was fantastic, that mate." He said, "Can you give me an advice? Because I'd love to become a comedian or this and that and the other." I can't remember this, but now I do remember it. But I didn't remember when he first said it, but now I do remember it. I said, the most important thing with comedy, right, is, because you've got your act, haven't you?
Yeah.
Is to try and make it look as though you've told those jokes or those stories for the very first time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I always try and be like unscripted.
Yeah, because that's so hard to do though.
Yeah, but I do it. But you see, the thing is that like I think when I was in Billy Elliot, in the West End,
Yeah.
right, in a musical in London, and I was bored shitless with it because it was the same thing, the same time, the same place, blah blah blah, to a beat, so on and so forth, la di da di da di da di da di da di da, and it bored me fucking sense. Although I love being in the theatre, don't get me wrong, right?
Yeah.
But I love the freedom of the comedy because I try not to be the same every night. Although with Edinburgh, with a show like this, it has to be the same every night because that's why I've written the story, you know.
Yeah, but you can sort of flow with it.
Yeah, but I mean that's what Danny said, you know, and that's what I said to Danny. You've got to sort of make it look like it's you're doing it for the first time. That's another tip I'm giving. I'm giving out too many tips here. I'm people eclipsing that fucking comedic genius.
I try to do that myself, but what I found...
That was all tongue in cheek, by the way. To comedic genius. We're just northeastern crack. Don't start saying, "Oh, what a fucking bigot it's."
No, I try that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, but I've heard your shit.
Yeah, that's true.
My mate Joe, this is my mate then. Joe, I'm going to say something now. Joe, right, is what you would call, right, a proper London progressive liberal, right? People would call me an old fucking dinosaur, right? Working class dinosaur.
Yeah.
Now, even though Joe voted Remain and I voted Leave, see, this is what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
It's called great, it's called understanding neutral. Right? He doesn't agree with me and everything, and I don't agree with him and everything. But at the end of the day, are we pals?
Yeah, we are, definitely.
We fucking
yes.
are.
And tomorrow is his birthday.
It's my birthday.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 55. I know that's difficult to believe, but I'm 55 tomorrow. What time is it now? 7:30. 4.5 hours time, I'll be 55.
Wow.